The public also showing their respects, pulling over on the side of the road to say farewell to Detective Pughsley. MPD said Detective Pughsley answered the call to serve, defend, and protect our city. Pughsley was just 27 years old.
Now to a breaking news update. The man on trial for the murder of a Montgomery police officer has been found guilty. Today, a jury convicted Brandon Webster on 2 counts of capital murder in the 2020 shooting death of his ex-girlfriend, MPD officer Tanisha Pughsley. Immediately after the verdict, Webster was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Less than a month before her death, Pughsley had gotten a restraining order against Webster after he repeatedly harassed, stalked, and threatened her. Pughsley was originally from Chicago, but got her degree in criminal justice from ASU and had been with MPD for 4 years.
So, hi everyone, my name is Tanisha.
This is a story of Tanisha Pughsley, who was 27 years old when she was fatally shot in her home by her ex-boyfriend barely a month after she obtained a restraining order against him for striking her twice in the head while she was carrying a 5-month-old infant, causing her to drop the baby.
A Montgomery police detective apparently murdered in her home this morning. Investigators say it appears she is the victim of domestic violence.
Based on this case, we will be traveling to Montgomery, Alabama. Once home to the first White House of the Confederacy, Montgomery grew to become the center of the civil rights movement, notably the Montgomery bus boycotts. Tanisha Pughsley was originally from Chicago and came to Alabama for school. She got her degree in criminal justice from Alabama State University. Tanisha Pughsley became a police detective and 4-year veteran of the Montgomery Police Department. On this quiet Monday at about 2:15 a.m., police in Montgomery responded to a 911 call about a shooting. Officers and fire medics found off-duty Detective Tanisha Pughsley, 27, suffering from a gunshot wound at her home on Overview Drive. There was little they could do to save her. She was pronounced dead at the scene. The Montgomery Police Department said the shooting appeared to be domestic-related. At the time of the shooting, Pughsley wasn't acting in her law enforcement capacity. Later along the line, Montgomery police arrested a Brandon Deshaun Webster, 24, in connection with Pughsley's death. Brandon Webster was said to be Tanisha Pughsley's boyfriend, who they shared a house together on Overview Drive. Pughsley had sought a restraining order against Webster on May 22nd, a month prior to the shooting. She said the two had been in a relationship and had once lived together in the report. Days before she requested the restraining order, Pughsley said in her filing that Webster hit her twice on the side of the head with an open hand while she held her 5-month-old godchild, causing the baby to drop. His actions caused her to drop the infant. She wrote on the protection order request. Although Brandon has moved out of residence, he continues to unexpectedly show up and physically assault me. He sends threatening text messages, and once he is blocked, he continues to call my phone private. Webster had also allegedly threatened to confine or injure her, stalked her, and restrained her. Pughsley said in the documents. The protection order was granted June 19th and prevented Webster from contacting, harassing, stalking, or threatening Pughsley. He was also restrained from being at the house where Pughsley was killed. The only contact they were allowed to have was over the sale of the house, which they owned together. In her request, Pughsley asked Webster to surrender all firearms. But court records show the judge issued the order without requiring Webster to surrender any firearms. On the day of the murder, Tanisha was in the house with a male friend when Brandon forced his way into the house, demanding to know who her new male friend is. There was a scuffle between Webster and Tanisha's male friend, but the friend managed to break away. He was able to escape from Webster, who had a rifle at the time. Minutes later, he gunned down Tanisha, and he fled. He was later apprehended by the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force, and he was placed in the Montgomery County Detention Facility.
This is the East Montgomery home where MPD detective Tanisha Pughsley was shot and killed Monday morning. Police believe a domestic violence incident prompted her murder. According to our investigation, allegations of domestic abuse by her boyfriend Brandon Webster started months ago.
Pughsley documented Webster's abuse in court records. She said he hit her in the head twice with an open hand and continued to physically assault her as late as May of this year.
A judge determined Webster was a threat during the hearing in June. He was banned from the house they owned together on Overview Drive and could not come to her work. 2 weeks later, Pughsley was shot to death, and Webster was arrested for 2 counts of capital murder and 1 count of attempted murder. While Montgomery police are investigating the case, they have not confirmed Webster is charged with Pughsley's death or identified the victim of an attempted murder. Pughsley was 27 years old. She had been on the force 4 years.
When asked if he has any knowledge as regards what happened, he denied any involvement, but a security camera captured him fleeing from the crime scene. Brandon Deshaun Webster, 24, was charged with capital murder while in the commission of a burglary, capital murder in violation of a court-issued protection order, and attempted murder. Webster is being held without bond in the Montgomery County Detention Facility on the capital murder charges, and a $150,000 bond on the attempted murder charge. The trial date was set for a future date. Pughsley had been employed with the Montgomery Police Department since 2016 and had been a very decent and hard-working detective. After the unfortunate incident, Mayor Stephen L. Reed released a statement about Pughsley's killing, saying, "Our entire community today mourns the death of one of our own, Tanisha Pughsley." The mayor ordered flags in Montgomery to be lowered to half-staff in honor of Pughsley. Pughsley spent her free time volunteering with Transformation Montgomery, a nonprofit organization whose goal is to renew communities through affordable housing, life skills training, and pre-K education. She was against any form of racism whatsoever. She recently wrote about George Floyd's death on Facebook, saying the issue was everyone against racism and discrimination. If you're condoning any of this ignorance and you call me a friend, family, associate, unfriend me and refrain from speaking to me, she wrote, "You cannot respect me if you're posting F12 at the end of the day. A life is gone, and it cannot be replaced. But how is destroying black-owned businesses helping? This is getting out of hand. There has to be a way that voices can be heard without destroying what people have worked so hard for. It's not black versus white. It's everyone versus racism and discrimination." She also shared some information with ladies on how to protect themselves and stay safe whenever they go out. She was finally laid to rest. The police department and the public showed love and support to her.
The Montgomery Police Department today escorted the body of a slain officer. Detective Tanisha Pughsley was shot and killed earlier this week. Today, her fellow officers showed their respects for her. Dozens of officers escorted the body of Detective Pughsley from the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences to Ross Clayton Funeral Home. The public also showing their respects, pulling over on the side of the road to say farewell to Detective Pughsley. MPD said Detective Pughsley answered the call to serve, defend, and protect our city. Pughsley was just 27 years old.
Family and friends were out there to talk about the good and lovely things she did while she was alive.
Her time spent in Montgomery was short, but the impact that she made will be long-lasting with lots of people.
Friends, family, and well over 100 MPD officers gathered to celebrate the life of 27-year-old MPD detective Tanisha Pughsley, an officer who went above and beyond to serve her community.
She was more than just an officer. On duty and off duty, she just had such a servitude heart.
She taught our 4-year-old children that police officers were here to help. And she loved them.
I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life, and I know that we all out here is going to remember something about Tanisha for the rest of our life, and that's what it's all about.
Pughsley's family thanked the community for supporting the officer who had been on the force since 2016.
My sister was a very special person. I can see by the crowd that we have. I just want to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, and I love you.
But I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it dearly, and I want to say thank you guys for the love that you showed my family and myself. And I just can't say nothing else but thank you.
May Tanisha's memory be a blessing for her family and for all who knew her, and may her life and death be an inspiration and a turning point towards justice and increased protection for domestic abuse survivors. Stay safe out there, guys, and see you in the next video.
And until then, I'm here to envy all the way. So thanks, guys. Comment, subscribe. Love you. Mwah.